I'm Teresa Woodard in Dallas with your North Texas headlines. Former Dallas Police Association President Jaime Castro recently took a plea deal, admitting he lied in connection with a crash that killed 25-year-old Atiana Washington. But Washington's mother says justice has not been served. She spoke with Luke Clary.
Atiana Washington's mother says that Jaime Castro's plea deal on Friday amounts to a slap on the wrist, and that now her best shot at justice comes in a wrongful death lawsuit.
I don't ever want her to be forgotten.
From the start, something didn't sit right with Mindy Crapo.
And I kept telling the detectives something's not right here. No, something's not right.
Her daughter, Atiana Washington, was hit and killed while crossing Northwest Highway last year. Court documents include photos of then Dallas Police Association President Jaime Castro at the scene. Early reports describe him as the passenger and his girlfriend as the driver. On Friday, Castro pleaded guilty to providing a false statement to police, a misdemeanor. He has not responded to our requests for comment. Now, Crapo is bringing a wrongful death lawsuit against Castro and his girlfriend.
He's gotten a slap on the wrist for lying. There's no accountability for the death of my daughter.
WFAA sources say responding officers did not give a drug or alcohol test or ask whether Castro or his girlfriend had been drinking. In a statement, District Attorney John Crezeau said, quote, "It appears the investigation at the scene was incomplete." At the time, Castro led the Dallas Police Association.
It appears to me that they took him at his word that night because of who he was, because of the position he held. When he said he wasn't driving and that they hadn't been drinking, they just stopped the investigation right there.
Now, Crapo and her attorney say this lawsuit and what it could uncover may be their best chance at answers.
She was my best friend. I want her to be remembered in the best way possible.
In Dallas, I'm Luke Clary.
Take a look at this video of a car flying through a roundabout in an Oak Cliff neighborhood in Dallas. This just happened Saturday, but it probably looks familiar because it's happened before in the same spot. We've been reporting on this specific area for months now. We are starting to see some changes being made to try to fix the issue. City leaders are building a permanent barrier for the roundabout to try to keep cars from crashing into people's homes. Richard Solomon is hearing from neighbors who say despite all of the efforts, speeding continues.
Every neighborhood has a flavor.
It's hard to sleep at night when you hear those sounds and you're just waiting for what happens next.
And in Taylor Smith's North Oak Cliff neighborhood, he says it's supposed to be slow and steady, but that's not what they've been getting lately.
You hear all the street racing at night.
He lives right along Tyler Street, right by this roundabout, where cars keep flying and crash landing into homes and barriers. It happened yet again.
You can see debris.
Just days earlier, another driver plowed into newly installed barriers. Smith has spent years documenting the problem, capturing video after video of cars speeding. In one from last May, hours after the crash into a home, a car is seen flying over the sidewalk, nearly hitting people.
It's the excessive speeding is the cause for all of this.
City leaders say the new permanent barrier has helped. Earlier this month, Councilmember Chad West told WFAA there is a corridor study underway to address the issues.
You see this sign, it's literally screaming at drivers, slow down, roundabout ahead. It's one of several safety measures put in place here by city leaders. And as you get closer to the barriers, you'll notice work is still being done.
I still do feel safe, especially with these additional measures.
We have reached out to Dallas police to ask if more enforcement or changes are coming, but we're still waiting to hear back.
Would you want a car driving through the middle of your house?
But Smith says the flavor of his neighborhood is simple.
It's not just their safety, other drivers.
And it's meant to be shared by everyone.
Pedestrians, people that live here.
In Dallas, I'm Richard Solomon.
The Nordstrom store at Galleria Dallas is closing. The final day will be May 16th. The closure is raising some bigger questions about the future of traditional malls across North Texas. Tiffany Liu takes a closer look at what it could mean for shoppers and for the future of retail in DFW.
It was the first Nordstrom to open in Texas. In 1996, the store filled 225,000 square feet over 3 floors at Galleria Dallas. But in 2022, it downsized to 2 floors. And just this week, the retailer announced, We've made the decision to close our Nordstrom Galleria Dallas store.
Incomes have evolved over time, right?
David Quigley is a clinical assistant professor of economics at UT Arlington.
Some people have moved up,
He says some are now buying more expensive items while others are finding cheaper alternatives.
but other people, of course, are not as comfortable.
Nordstrom, David says, sits in the middle.
This has been a long-term trend that's impacted indoor malls.
We heard from a lot of you, Jessica Vega saying it's the end of an era. Others agree with Brad Reese, who says, and there goes the Galleria. Even a financial planning service, Azimont Group, chiming in. They say the world is changing and sometimes less is more. They can now give more focus to the 2 remaining stores in Dallas and Frisco. And that's what Nordstrom tells WFAA. In a statement they write in part, we believe we'll be best able to serve customers in the area by leveraging our surrounding stores and through our digital channels. North Park Center in Dallas and Stonebriar Center in Frisco will have the 2 remaining Nordstroms in the DFW area. Plus, there are 10 Nordstrom Rack locations.
Indoor malls at this point have been overbuilt.
David says outdoor malls have become more convenient with closer access to stores from parking. But hope is not lost for indoor malls.
I think there's still enough of a market there that the Galleria could continue to survive.
Galleria Dallas recently announced 8 new retailers, including Aritzia. The mall says Galleria Dallas continues to evolve in exciting ways. While disappointed, after 30 years, Nordstrom will close on May 16th. I'm Tiffany Liu.
The clock's ticking on some of the most popular hemp products in Texas. New state rules will ban all smokable hemp by the end of the month. The businesses that sell them say it's going to hit their customers and their bottom lines. Here's Cole Sullivan.
The legal high in Texas may be about to crash, and the come down could take Sean Claudio's store with it.
I mean, small business like ours, we'll probably have to shut down.
New state rules ban some of the most popular products at his Dallas hemp company.
So all of this will go away. All of our pre-rolls.
Hemp flower, the kind that's smoked in joints or pipes, will be effectively banned at the end of the month.
Say about 30% of our business is in flower.
The rules from the state health department change how THC, the ingredient that gets you high, is measured, including different derivatives that now must be under a certain threshold. Edibles and drug-infused drinks aren't covered by the same rules, Claudio says, but making and selling them will become more expensive.
Within 20 days, we'll have to fork over about $15,000 if we want to stay operational. So.
Those new licensing fees are down from original proposals after hundreds went to Austin to lobby against them earlier this year. A handful spoke in favor, including the group Citizens for a Safe and Healthy Texas, which calls these new rules a step in the right direction.
They're putting us out of business.
Claudio says customers have started to stock up, but he's hoping for a legal injunction. Without it, he says the new rules may cash out his livelihood.
That's horrible, you know. It's disheartening, to say the least.
In Dallas, I'm Cole Sullivan.
And those are your headlines from North Texas.